Hello, and welcome to another episode of Chump Change, episode 18. We have a lovely list of topics for you today. We're going to be talking about oversaturation in the hiring market.
We're also going to be talking about hobbies.
And then I want to talk about an upcoming event that I was made aware of called OpenSauce.live.
And hopefully we get to this topic, but I want to ask, is life too short?
All of these topics and more in this episode of Chump Change. All right, so oversaturation in the hiring market. In our Discord little spread out that we have for the podcast, I sent Pree this article from CNBC, which going forward, as of this episode, I'm going to start giving you guys the articles that we talk about or that we link ourselves, just so you can follow along. I came up with this topic just because of what I've noticed between different jobs that I've worked in the last year. Yeah. But I definitely noticed that there's a trend. So I Googled it earlier today, and I found out that, or I guess I didn't find out. I already knew. Layoffs have recently expanded beyond just the tech giants like Microsoft or Amazon, who in the last 3 months have done severe layoffs from their companies, whether it be main division, side project division, service industries such as hospitality and restaurants, which is where I noticed this. I work in the theme park industry or the entertainment industry. I used to work in the retail/grocery industry. And my partner, she works in the food service industry. And I noticed that we're firing a lot of people, but the same companies that are firing people are trying to hire people as well.
Yep.
So I was really interested to see why, like, if anyone had insight as to why. And it seems like the consensus is basically just everyone overhired during COVID to keep staffing up, and then, which is weird because we were at a all-time high unemployment rate during COVID.
Yeah.
But we had a huge surge in all companies of all industries for employment. I remember like when my girlfriend and I, we had moved to Nevada with my family for a little bit just to help out around my family's property. Yeah. Both Safeway and McDonald's took us without any hesitation. Like our transfer time was like less than a week.
Oh wow.
Yeah, within like the week of us moving and like getting our room, like our room in my office wasn't set up by the time we went back to work.
Sheesh.
Yeah, that was how fast we got picked up by different stores. And we have all these, like in San Francisco, you can start at a Chipotle for like almost $20 an hour right now, or where you and I used to live in Sunnyvale. 15 minutes was at West in Palo Alto. You could start at a McDonald's for $21 an hour.
Yeah.
Or something ridiculously close to that. And that like that's that's roughly what I make now at a higher tier position at the company I'm at.
Yeah, but you also Sunnyvale area was also a lot more expensive, I would say. I would say the minimum wage over there is just a lot higher.
Well, yeah, cost of living is definitely a big factor in how they hire, but think about it, either way, right? To hire someone that much for that position, it's good. People should be paid that much for that kind of work, but the company right next door to the McDonald's in Palo Alto where my girlfriend worked at, she got hired at $18.50. So you obviously could have gotten a starting position job for less than whatever that McDonald's was hiring for.
Yeah.
So like all these companies are in such a stint to get people in the door, but they're also laying off so many people.
Yeah. So I have to interject here because I do have a good point. So we know about the powerhouse Amazon. You know about Amazon?
I think I know about Amazon. The rainforest, right?
Amazon. Okay, anyways. So, for some reason, right, whenever I talk to or when I was working at Domino's Pizza, right, we had a lot of people because it was the delivery industry.
Yeah.
All the delivery drivers at some point worked for Amazon, and they did delivery, shipping, like FedEx.
Right.
Right. So that's where they were in Amazon. And for some reason, I asked them. I was like, "Hey, how was Amazon?" And they said, like they got a really good sign-on bonus, and they say that they always work overtime, and they kind of get worked like like workhorses.
Yeah.
And so like it really makes me wonder. I'm like, what is the average like Amazon employee like before they quit, basically average lifespan of an Amazon employee? Not lifespan, but So Glassdoor.com, right? The average tenure for an Amazon employee is 9 to 12 months Glassdoor.
9 to 12.
Right? And then so my follow-up question to that was, okay, I do want to believe that, hey, you know what? They give you such a good sign-on bonus, right? Like, why would you stay? Or, like, why wouldn't you stay? I mean, sorry.
Right.
And then so on Quora.com, right, some random guy, not random guy, hopefully he was an Amazon employee. He said, many people leave from Amazon after working for 2 years because the fast-paced, high-pressure work environment can be demanding and lead to burnout. Additionally, the company is known for its rigorous performance evaluation. How do you think about employee evaluations? I like those a lot. Or I like that topic. Sorry, I don't say I like employee evaluations a lot.
I don't know if I'm the right person to ask that personally, just because like over the course of 4 years, you literally watched me and you would pull me aside sometimes, like as a friend, saying, "Hey, dude, you're over here working 15-hour days. You're killing yourself just so you can, get that extra bone thrown to you for the pay raise." And I did get my promotion. I eventually became a shift manager at Safeway, but up until the point and definitely after that, I was working 7 day weeks, if not 60-hour weeks, depending on like which one came first.
See, the best way I like to put that is the one meme where he's like, hey, now, slow down. So I think we are in a really interesting spot in terms of the work environment. So we were raised, I would say, both of our family backgrounds. The old way to believe was you stay with the company, and then the company will treat you right.
Right.
Right. I mean, yeah, sure. If you work at X spot for a lot of years, like your life, you expect something in return, right?
Absolutely.
But I feel like nowadays it's a little, I don't want to say jarring, but almost like we're getting taken advantage of.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
or the workforce has shifted from, hey, we're all in this together as a team, into, hey, I'm giving you my time to help you build your stuff, but you got to help me out too,
Yeah. No, I absolutely think it's more of a rat race now, and I think to what you said, I think the environment's has changed a lot, right? Because something that I was looking at recently was, I like to peruse Indeed still. I like to peruse LinkedIn because there's always something better out there. I'm coming up on my 1 year mark at the company I'm with, and not both my parents. My father would prefer that I do something with myself, but my mother warned me. She said, "Hey, you don't want to move around too much because it doesn't look good on a resume." I recently helped out with hiring at my department in my company, and a lot of these kids are moving around a lot. There's not a lot of tenure. And then I think I told you personally behind the scenes about my current place of work. They're laying off people left and right. They're slashing hours for entire departments. Yeah. And we're already considered understaffed, severely understaffed.
Yeah.
So then it's like, okay, well, me, young buck trying to make a name for himself in this company, trying to do, pitch big projects, be big man. I'm discouraged from even trying to take the shot and invest my time now because I'm seeing that everyone's getting kicked to the curb.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that has been me uh, from my whole job experience.
Yeah.
So far in my life, I feel like I've just tried it, never got rewarded from it, and it's like, hey, dude, look, I can be your best worker bee. Don't expect anything else from me, buddy. I'm not going to bend over backwards and ask me to come in on my day off.
Yeah.
Just because the store is on fire. Sorry, buddy. That's you.
Well, I mean, yeah, and I ended up taking your advice after, one, after we moved in, but also after I already got my nut from working myself into the ground. It was, hey, I'll be your manager, but if I'm off the clock, it better be really important for me to come in.
Yeah.
Like, it very much better be worth my time, or in one circumstance, I better be working on a project that I feel is worth my time. I don't know if you remember, I was working on something to help digitize the way that we do our mapping of the store for products. I worked on that on my personal time. I'm willing to admit that out loud. I took that home with me. I did Excel sheets. I made a little web page so that information was easily accessible to me because I owned a website for GarboArtist at the time. But that was a project that would make my life easier and I thought was worthwhile.
Yeah.
And it just so happened I put it in a position where it could benefit others and it was easily accessible to them as well. So I shared it.
Mm-hmm.
And just like, everything else, I was banging my head against the wall because I didn't get anything for that extra work.
Yeah.
My life got easier as an employee, but it's not like my boss is like, "Yoo-hoo, Mr. Corporate Supervisor, sir. Look at what this little guy did over here, this little scamp. Look what he did. He set up this thing. He's crazy. Look at him. Look at this little science project. The little pinwheel. Go, woo!"
Yeah.
So now I'm very much in the same mindset as you. Is I clock in, I'll work. If there's no work, I'm gonna clock out and go home.
Yeah. See, look, so I think me and you have both seen this nowadays. Probably was very apparent before our generation, but these other people, I love it now that I actually get to see it. They would get hired, work a week, and then quit.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I'm seeing this a lot at my workplace. Dude, you do not know how good that makes me look.
Oh, you look spectacular. Like, man, you're the one we hung on to. You're golden, man.
I'm like, they're like, hey, dude, you ain't never quit. I'm like, hey, look, I ain't never quit. Give me my days off.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind being the Ferrari right next to the Toyota Corolla sometimes,
Absolutely. I mean, and that's the way that I ended up feeling by the time that I left Safeway, right? The only reason I left Safeway is the Safeway I left wasn't willing to accommodate me leaving. They didn't want to transfer me. Because if I had a car that was more suitable for traveling the distance that I had to, or if I was just closer, I would have kept going.
Yeah.
They paid me well. I moved to a lower income area. There's no reason for me to quit my job.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, it's just how the cookie crumbled. No, I absolutely, because there was no, like with you, I know you saw this after I hired you. I didn't break the rules, but I very much bent them around me so I could get my job done.
Hey, right? Man, it didn't say I couldn't do it. What? Know what I mean?
No, okay. I'm trying to go to your point of, because the job got done and I was willing to stay, I was the Ferrari there.
Yes.
Because it's such a hot commodity to find employees that are willing to do the 40 hours, that are willing to, do actual good work while they're on the clock. It's a hot commodity. So they couldn't justify letting me go until I wasn't there for them.
Yeah. And then the human nature came out.
Yeah.
And then when they kicked you to the curb,
I mean, I still have a couple friends that work there, and they said that things got worse and they got better later, but they had to bang their head against the wall to make it better.
Yeah. I mean, hey, everything goes up, everything goes down.
Yeah, absolutely.
At the end of the day.
But I definitely know that the several months after my departure and your departure, it was a struggle for them to get their bearings, because the biggest job for us right now is the kids, and the kids, because they were sheltered for the last 3 years before they went out in the world, they didn't have to experience any of that.
Yeah.
But that was something that you and I didn't have you and I didn't have the privilege of saying, all right, well, you get to go to college at school or at home every day.
Yeah.
Or not even college, high school. You get to go to high school at home every day.
Crazy.
For 3 years. For 3 years. For 3 years.
Crazy when you think about it.
Which, younger audience, I'm not blaming it on you. It's the world had no way to prepare you for what came next. We knew the world was going to go back to normal, and they didn't prepare you guys. That's my hot take for this week. It's not your guys' fault. You weren't prepared. You were not given the tools. We said
are not prepared.
We said we weren't ready. You guys were. You weren't even given a pencil.
I was trying to make an Illidan Storm Rage reference there, if anyone caught that.
But yeah, that's something I wanted to talk about, just because someone at my work was recently kicked off. They were kicked to the curb, and they were kind of one of the people that held it all together for that department.
Yeah.
And now everyone's over here scrambling because this full-time employee is leaving in, I think they said mid-June. They're officially separated from the company.
You know what I've realized? So, hot take from me.
Mm.
It doesn't matter how good of a job you do. It matters how much management likes you.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's my hot take this week.
You need to be personable. You need to be someone that not only that gets the job done, but you need to be pretty to look at.
Sometimes you don't even got to get the job done. You just, if they like you, hey, chances are you ain't going to get fired before the other guy.
Don't be the middle management person. Be the right-hand man for the middle management person, because you're probably safe. If you're the worker bee that works for a management person of any level, you're probably safe, because if your middle management person goes away, you're the worker bee for the next guy up.
Yep, and it don't matter,
Because the manager who sits in his office all day, he's not going to fire you. You're his worker bee.
Mm-hmm.
Meter your expectations, kids. Don't overachieve. Don't overachieve in the workplace. Speaking of the workplace, I got a story for you this week.
Go ahead, lay it on.
So my secondary job site is a water park, right?
Yep.
And the lifeguards, I met them when I first started with the company, because I started at the water park site. When I was setting up the sales terminals at the water park, I was walking back to my office, and one of the lifeguards that I talked to, he had a duffel bag full of the CPR mannequins.
Cool.
I didn't see which model he had, but he walked up to me. The person next to him had a couple of bleach jugs, like the block cleaner bleach.
Yep.
They walk up to me. The one guy opens the duffel bag and says, "Hey, Lorenzo, you want to help me bleach these babies?" And I just kind of look at him for a second. I'm like, wait.
Hold on.
And then he calls attention to the duffel bag. And I'm like, oh, you meant the mannequins. I'm like, listen, man, you can't walk up to someone with an inconspicuously baby-sized bag and a couple gallon bottles of bleach and say, hey, you want to help me bleach these babies?
Did you end up helping them bleach these babies?
No, I had better stuff to do. I didn't even know that they bleached the mannequins. Like, it makes sense for sanitary reasons.
Yeah.
But because people's mouths go on them, or I guess not anymore.
Really?
They have the special CPR covers now, I guess, like the little tube thing.
Yeah, just a little, like, I don't want to say cover, but
it's like a mouthpiece.
It's like a little piece of plastic, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a little mouthpiece. Back in the day, though, I wonder if they were bleaching them or if they were using like sanitizer, like how we use in the food industry. Cause
Dude, yeah, just spray Lysol in the baby's mouth.
Yeah, that's not like or it's not that it's not sanitary. That's not safe.
I mean, dude, if you breathe into the thing and then you don't Lysol every single part in there, you're just breathing it out. You know.
Imagine the lifeguard on the tower at the 9-foot side of the pool has ammonia lung because they did CPR training that day. So when they blow the whistle and dive into the water, they start coughing up and drowning.
Hey, so I've never like really seen those types of is the lifeguard just on watch? Is there like one lifeguard on watch and then like there's other lifeguards that would like hop in?
So the way that's I have two experiences that I can share. I'll share the one at the community pool from where we used to live.
Okay.
When we were kids. Because I did lifeguard training during the summers there, actually.
Nice.
I wasn't able to tread deep water because of my asthma, so I never got certified. But the way that it would work is we had two towers. We had a tower towards like the middle / shallow area, like the 5 feet mark.
Yeah.
And then you had another tower on the opposite side towards the 8-foot side.
Mm.
And essentially what would happen is, think of it like a video game where each camera has a cone coming off of it.
Yeah.
Lifeguards watch the cones together, and then you have the patrolling, like the guys who walk around the pool. And essentially, if anyone sees someone having an emergency in the water or on land, whatever, you blow the whistle, you point to where they're at, because if the lifeguards hear the whistle, all of them need to pay attention at where that lifeguard's blowing the whistle at.
Mm.
And if I'm on the tower, I'm blowing the whistle, I need to point to the person in the water. All 6 lifeguards, or however many lifeguards are around, they all see me pointing at that guy. They see me drop my stuff. They see me dive in.
Oh, okay.
So essentially, it's a system, and I think this is unilateral for like all water-based areas. It's a system where you are going to save this person, and everyone in the immediate area should, all personnel know in the immediate area where you are going. Because
that's really cool.
There's instances where the guy is panicking. You know, he's flailing his arms. Now you're at risk as the lifeguard.
Yeah, so that guy could knock me out in the water. Yeah.
Yeah. So now, because you're going to go get the guy, Jason on the edge of the pool, he's watching you watch him. Or maybe Tiffany on the opposite side. You know, you start pushing the guy towards her, and if he knocks you out on the way, Tiffany's close enough to grab you both and hoist you up. You know.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Same thing generally goes for like water slides and stuff. Like at the water park site, we have like the big slides that you do, like the big tubes or like the double person tubes.
Oh yeah.
And there is, I think, if there's a pool, there's 2, maybe 3, depending on the ride, lifeguards at the bottom pool, and then you got the one at the top. And
yeah.
And the top person's basically like the man, like the ride operator, and then the 3 people are like, all right, a 2-foot kid, if you're drowning in the pool, I gotta go walk over and pull you out of the 4-foot pool.
Mm-hmm.
Not even 4 foot; it's like 2, 3, maybe. But yeah, that's essentially how it works. And because there's multiple guards that are supposed to be at every location, there's always accountability if something happens to one guard.
You're like, hey, what happened to Tiffany?
Oh, she's down there at the bottom with a couple gallons of water in her lungs.
Hey, she's over there trying to bleach the baby in the pool.
Yeah, she took the whole gallon for some reason.
My goodness.
Just pool is crystal clear. That's another thing. That's another thing that we have to worry about too. But that's a story for another day.
So I wanted to ask, right, because you do work in the water area.
Sometimes.
You know, when people pee in the pool, does the color of the water actually change?
No.
I
forgot. We just talked about you're not a swimmer either. You don't swim.
Yeah, I don't.
No, that's not a thing. I think there are chemicals that react to urine that you can put in water, but it's not like a normal thing to do.
All right, man. So what I just heard was, if I'm at the public pool
If someone puts
I'm,
if someone puts a certain chemical in the water, you can be outed for peeing in the pool.
you know, what I also heard was,
Uh-huh.
let's say they don't put it in the pool.
Uh-huh.
You know, I better be trying my best not to get that water anywhere in an open orifice. You know.
Yeah.
You don't know what's in that water.
If you're over there cuddling with girlfriend in the pool, she might feel a warm spot, but no one's gonna notice anything.
Yeah, man. You know, like I'm trying to do the breathe for air, my breaststroke practice, and I'm like, and then I'm just gonna
and then you swim past John and you get a burst of warm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're ever swimming and you start to feel the warm water around cold water, not a good sign.
John's pee-pee is, with me while I'm doing my breaststroke.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
And because of the nature of water, it's going to drag with you wherever you go now.
Freaking John.
Just a quick top off on that one. We do have to check the acidic levels of the pools too every day, which is interesting.
Make sure there's not too much pee-pee in the pool.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, all right.
But I think that's a good segue. Swimming, good segue into hobbies.
Alrighty. Let's see here. So, I am looking at NewYorkTimes.com. Okay. The article is How to Make Time for a Hobby. Now, before we get into that, there's an interesting section on here that I see. Average hours per workday on various activities among people who work full-time. I am going to go ahead and have you guess for me. I'm going to give off a list of categories here, and then you're just going to tell me about how many hours a day, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see here. So, these are people that have kids. Okay, just want to put that out there. The average adult.
Yeah.
All right. Household chores.
Probably about 0.96 hours.
You got it open today too, huh?
Yeah, I do have it open already.
Oh man, you ruined my segment. Okay, anyway.
It's crazy because when you started implying that I was gonna guess, I was already over that section reading it as you talked.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Anyways, buddy.
He didn't expect
me to read. The thing that I wanted to talk about. It's worth noting that 0.96 hours spent on household chores is an average. Men spend 49 minutes a day on chores compared to women's 80 minutes. Do you think that's true?
Honestly, I think it depends. I think me and Moon are pretty evenly split in terms of chores that we do, but also just there's certain chores that I can do that she can't, like grocery shopping and stuff.
Oh yeah, getting the laundry detergent from the top shelf.
Yeah, like there's just certain things that I do that she just can't, or in terms of like doing dishes, sweeping, mopping, picking up trash, dishes, whatever. That it's pretty evenly split, and it just depends on the day. Because with her new work schedule too, she's not home the same days anymore.
Oh, okay.
So it's like if she's home all day, she'll pick up the house because, I'm at work all day, so I'm out of her way so she can do stuff.
Yeah.
And then like during certain days of the week, my family likes my dog, so they want to see my dog. Even easier for her or me to do, chores around the house.
Yeah, see, the other category right here. Leisure time and sports is another category with a gender difference. Men spend 3.5 hours on leisure and sports, while women spend 2.3. So, bringing it back to hobbies. Do you have any hobbies that you would like to share? This right here is going to be our show and tell section. Whatever you like to nerd out on, go ahead.
I have a lot of hobbies. I like watching anime. I like reading manga. I like drawing. I like editing. I like filming for Big Chumps. A lot of my hobbies are definitely media based, but I'd be a liar if I didn't say I didn't like catching San Francisco 49ers game or checking highlights from like a San Francisco Giants game, Or even Sometimes my friend likes to pick me up, take me to go do his oil change, and we end up spending 8 hours at his house doing the oil change.
Looky here, man.
But
that's just the way the cookie crumbled.
I would definitely consider that a hobby, just leisure, because I hung out with you. We were talking still. We ended up taking some pictures of the merch I was wearing that day.
Yeah.
So at the very much still taking leisure time, still doing my hobbies, because now that everything is content related and the person that I talk to the most is a part of it, I'm always kind of doing Big Chump stuff.
All right, man. So you said anime.
Ah.
Go ahead, buddy. What's your favorite anime right now?
Right now? Oh.
Right now.
It
could be old. I mean, it's just what's your favorite anime right now?
I mean, my all-time favorite's Parasite the Maxim.
Parasite the Maxim. Hold on. Let me go ahead. Go ahead and describe it.
It's about this dude where some aliens invade, and normally the aliens will like land on your skin and they'll invade your brain and they'll like eat the brain and then they take control of the body.
Ah.
But this one alien, he landed on this kid's hand, and the kid he did a tourniquet with his iPhone headphone cable.
Uh-huh.
And then the little alien parasite guy, he couldn't get to the brain in time, so he was stuck in the hand. So then he ended up being in his hand, and he could like turn into blades or like whatever the hell, and they end up being partners and fighting the rest of the parasites that have invaded.
Oh, okay.
That's not why I like it. I think the premise is fine. You don't see it a lot these days. I really liked it because it was suspenseful. It was a thriller, for sure. And the soundtrack in that show is amazing.
Do you like it more than Tokyo Ghoul?
I've never watched Tokyo Ghoul.
See, neither have I. See, but I'm looking at his picture here. It has the Parasite guy, the Tokyo Ghoul guy, and Mikasa from Attack on Titan.
Oh, Mikasa Ackerman?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, man. So I remember. The only thing I remember from Tokyo Ghoul was there was the purple-haired like librarian lady that goes on a date with the main character, and then I think she tries to eat him or something like that. I might be completely wrong.
That's hot? Question mark?
Question mark?
Here, I got an anime that's a little more your speed, buddy.
Go ahead.
Well, let's talk about Rosario Vampire.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's
going more into my field, huh?
Yeah. That's more your speed.
Alrighty, man. Go ahead and say your favorite tags then. Go ahead.
My favorite tags?
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and start there. What's your favorite tags?
That's for the Patreon version of the podcast.
Oh, geez. It's the After Dark section, huh?
that one's for...
Oh, no. It's... Yeah, no, I was going to say my favorite anime right now is going to be Dr. Stone.
Yeah.
Right?
I didn't even know a new season started.
Yeah, so a new season started. There is a sailor now.
Moon?
Sailor Moon. It's a guy character though. Is there a guy character like a sailor in the Sailor Moon series?
I don't think so.
Are all of the planets female?
I don't think so, but it's 2023, so I'm not allowed to say.
Ah, that's a good point. Yeah, no, but so Dr. Stone is great. You know, I just bought how do I put it? Premium? Mm-hmm. I just bought Premium. Yeah.
Or the Hub.
Huh?
The Hub or Crunchyroll?
Crunchyroll?
Oh, okay.
You know, I forget there's no cameras on. Anyways, he's looking at me with insinuating eyes. Yeah, intentional eyes here. Yes, it's a Crunchyroll. Anyways,
play the sussy Among Us music.
Anyways, Dr. Stone. I just bought Premium.
Mm-hmm.
I've caught up with the 5 episodes or whatever for Dr. Stone.
Aww.
And now I'm back at I don't know what to watch anymore.
Was there only 5 episodes this season, or you just caught up?
Oh no, I caught up.
Okay. I know the My Hero season ended recently, and it's probably gonna take a while till the next one comes out because we're really close to the end of the manga. Ruby just concluded another season on Crunchyroll after a couple year hiatus. There is a couple other ones. There's like this. Moon would know what it's called. I think it's called MASH. It's like this really buff Saitama dude is in the Harry Potter world.
The Monster Mash.
I think his name.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, we started watching the first couple episodes and it was hilarious. We loved it. In terms of like traditional, everyone's watching shonen anime though. There's not anything that I think I'm watching right now. I'm honestly not even really watching anime. I'm kind of like focused on podcasts. I can't lie. I did re-binge DxD the other day, and I was texting you as I did.
High School DxD.
Yep.
Another one of those after dark anime lists.
Here's my hot take. I'll talk about it on Trash Taste if we ever get to meet those guys. I don't know why everyone's complaining about the animation style for last season. It was fine.
It's not fine.
If you binge the whole series, yeah, it's a bit jarring. You could tell. But like when I turned off the brain and I just watched anime for anime, it was fine. It was fine. Although another friend did make a good point. There was a section from the light novel that was skipped, and I didn't know that until I talked to him about it.
Alrighty, yeah. So
hobbies.
Moving on from anime hobbies. So today at my school, they actually had a free bowling night.
Free bowling?
Free bowling, yeah. They had some cookies, the free cookies, and then...
he didn't go there for bowling, guys.
Okay, look, okay? I know I'm a big chump at heart, okay? But, fun fact, me and Lorenzo used to go bowling in the middle of the night.
Every night. Like pre-COVID too. Like if we didn't go to the bowling alley, I think we did what? Legs and arms at the gym?
Yeah. But that's what we used to do.
We were out until like 5 a.m. even if either of us had school or work the next day.
We were lunatics.
Now we're Big Chump again.
Now we're Big Chump homebody. Oh.
That's okay. We're going to be active soon. You just got to finish school.
We're going to be actively on Big Chumps.
Pause?
Oh. Oh, okay. I didn't even think about it like that.
Man.
Yeah, we know what your favorite tags are in anime, huh?
There's so right. You keep mentioning tags, and I want to make jokes, but I can't. I can't without being sus and mean.
Alrighty, man. Go ahead and hit us with your next section.
Oh yeah. This is pretty much just free advertising, but I think the people behind it are really cool, so I'm willing to do it for the 20 people that watch the podcast. There is a convention happening in San Francisco this year between July 15th and 16th. And it's called OpenSauce. I said OpenSauce.live during the opener, but that's because that's the website. OpenSauce.live. And essentially it is a creators, like a YouTube creator, what's the term that we use for YouTube for them? Makers. It's a makers convention. So people like Michael Reeves, the Backyard Scientist, Mark Rober, Alan Pan, Nerdforge, Jabrills, Michelle Wong, William Osman, Jake Laser, like all Code Miko, all these people are gonna be there. And I thought that was super cool because, one, it's in San Francisco. That's where we live. We're close to where we live. Nothing happens over here ever. The closest thing is San Jose every time.
Or LA.
Not close. We did a thing here. The drive was not close. But these are people that I've been watching since I was a young teenager, and I thought it was super cool that they're doing something like this because that we have TwitchCon, we have BlizzCon, we have all these different conventions and like stuff that goes on. But when I thought about it, there's not a creator thing for makers. So when I started seeing this getting advertised, I was like, this is super cool. I absolutely want to go to this. As not even as GarboArtist or as Big Chump. I just want to go to this as me. Just because like I know so many of these makers and like they've inspired a lot of things that I want to do. And that like I think it's really cool.
All right, cool. So here, look, check it out. So we're gonna need you to go, right? And I want to have you talk about it on the podcast. And the title of the section is gonna be, "Should You Meet Your Heroes?"
See, no, now you've made me anxious. Now, you're such a bastard for that. Why would you do that to me?
Huh?
Oh, dude. Now you've made me anxious to meet any of them. I want to spend a couple $100 to a lot more than a couple $100, by the way, because there's like, you can have a private discussion with some of the creators. And now Pree's made me anxious because he's like, ooh, you don't meet your heroes kind of conversation. Now I'm scared to talk to them. I already have social anxiety, man.
When he said you can have private discussions, I was giving him inciting eyes. I was staring into his soul like, what did you say there, buddy? Private conversation with Michael Reeves.
Access to a small group discussion with a feature creator of your choice, subject to availability for the mid section or the mid tier ticket. Crazy, oh wait, no, they changed it. The $900 one is also subject to availability now.
Oh.
It didn't say that before.
I mean, it all makes sense, though, to be honest.
Oh, I mean, yeah, if someone's got to go do something or whatever, whatever. But yeah, no, I think this is a super cool idea. Even if I can't get the, like, behind-the-scenes ticket, I'm definitely going to go regardless. And if anyone else wants to go, at least I'll be there. We don't know what pre-schedule looks like during that time. I think he thinks he's going to be out of town for something, but he's not sure.
Not too sure, to be honest. But yeah.
But hey, if you're in town and you want to go, you're in the neighborhood.
Well, yeah. Okay, so I think that brings us into our next topic, because Lorenzo says, in a once in a lifetime experience, maybe you don't get to see them ever again.
It's gonna be like Dan the Man all over again.
Is life too short, buddy? I'll go ahead and let you answer that one.
If I keep drinking Red Bull, it might be.
All right. Let's see here. So the reason why I bring this up, whenever I meet with any really important people, I like to ask them, not really important people, right? Just people that I look up to or like notable people that I think have status. Yeah. I always ask them, hey, what did you want to be as a kid? Or did you actually expect yourself to be where you are right now doing what you're doing? Right? So, on businessnewsdaily.com, right? Let's see here. They have 4 questions to ask yourself to determine your next step for doing what you love, right?
Am I opening this one or are you asking questions?
So here. I'm going to ask you, what did you want to be as a child, buddy?
I actually wanted to be an engineer.
Well, did you... So, I know engineering is so vast.
I wanted to be a robotics engineer.
Oh, you wanted to make...
robots.
Like WALL-E?
Yeah, WALL-E robot.
Okay. You don't want to be an astronaut?
No. I think it was robotics or mechanical engineer was always the thing, just because I feel like having that as my profession gave me a lot of leeway to make advancements for or creature comfort advancements for my personal life. Toaster that goes on train track that pops toast at my face when I wake up in the morning.
Real useful guys, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Being able to make practical things with my creativity.
Yeah. See, so for me, I do want to believe I am a scientist at heart. I wouldn't call myself a scientist. I would call myself an intrigued person in general, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I want to be just like Confucius when I grow up, right? And then I realized what that meant.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, yeah, I don't know if I want to be a philosopher trying to spread my ideas around. Hopefully someone's listening, you know?
Handing
And then
out
get
pamphlets.
burned at the stake, you know? I was like, yeah, all right, maybe I need to be something else here. And I was like, you know what's the next best thing? Being a scientist.
Science enthusiast.
Science enthusiasm, you know? Learning data in hopes that we get a brighter tomorrow, you know? But yeah,
You know what movie you'd like?
What?
Meet the Robinsons.
All right. You know, go ahead and describe that one real quick while I look at it.
He doesn't watch movies, by the way. Meet the Robinsons is a Disney animated film about a boy who travels to the future in a world inspired by inventors.
Ah, okay. That's pretty cool. I got a little kid with some glasses on, huh?
Yeah, a little dorky blonde boy.
Over there looking like Alton Brown.
Man.
I love Alton Brown.
But yeah, I think you'd like that. That'd be a fun little adventure for you to go through.
Anyways, back to the topic here. What would your friends or family say are your strengths?
Talking.
And that brings us to the underlying question. Do you pursue what you love, or do you pursue what you're good at?
Well, I certainly don't think I'm good at anything I do, so I'd say I pursue what I love. You know, there's a reason the name is what it is, guys. I'm sorry if you're here and you're just now realizing I don't have any faith in myself. I've stumbled into the position I'm in.
Oh, man.
I'm pursuing the things that I love, not the things that I'm good at.
You know, it's crazy. So when I was researching this topic, it was a post from a guy on LinkedIn, right?
Mm.
And the guy says, it isn't what you love, it's what you hate. As soon as you figure out what you hate, then you'll understand what you are not going to do. You know?
I hate working.
Oh, no. What are you going to do then, man? Oh, sheesh.
I hate advancements. I hate change.
Oh, no.
I hate being a productive member of society.
Oh, sheesh. You want to be a worm, huh?
Yeah, I can
You're
be
going to ask your girlfriend, would she still love you if you were a worm?
No, I'm going to be like Iron Mouse. My next VTuber is just going to be Worm. 2D Worm.
Oh, my goodness.
Worm VTuber. Oh, that's good, though. Hey, man. Remember last week how I said it always loops back around to something practical about life?
Yeah, right here.
Do you do it because you're good, or do you do it because you love it? Well, I ain't good at nothing, brother. So I must love it. I love being a YouTuber, man. I'm not good at it, but I love it. What about you, man?
You know, on this reasons to do what you love section, right?
Mm-hmm.
It says you'll be more fulfilled, you'll be more productive, you'll inspire others, but most importantly, you'll succeed.
I ain't
gonna lie with you, Chief.
I got 1 out of 4 of those, brother.
You know, well, which one do you think you got?
I got the inspire others.
Yeah, you know what? You got me in here, huh? That's something.
I can certainly say that a lot of people tell me that my dedication to what I do and my diligence with some of the things I do has inspired them to do stuff, or they just think it's really cool. Little do they know, that really good piece of art that I crank out every 3 months, I started that like 19 hours before it got posted.
Dude, imagine if you started it 3 months out, you know?
If I had the patience for it,
you'd be Picasso, dude.
Honestly, man. What about you? What do you do what you love, or do you do what you're good at?
I ain't gonna lie with you, Chief. I want to say what I want to do isn't exactly what I'm good at.
But you love it.
But I love it. So, you know, I'm always there bright and early. Every time I'm there, I feel like a scrub Because, I wouldn't say I'm a noob because I've been doing it for how long. But I'd say, hey, I'm the scrub.
But do you feel fulfilled? Do you feel like you inspire others?
Do I feel fulfilled? Do you think I feel fulfilled when I'm sitting there feeling like a scrub all day?
Oh man, I mean, I don't know. I'm GarboArtist, man. You called me garbage one time, several times.
You know what? You're right. Lorenzo, you're right. Whenever I call you that, man, you know what I want you to feel?
Like a scrub.
Fulfilled, brother.
You
fulfilled.
You want me to feel bad. You don't want me to feel
man.
good. You said, if I feel like a scrub, this garbage motherfucker needs to... Gotta bring him down a peg. He's on cloud 9. I need him to be in the dumpster with me.
Hey, that's actually a really good point, actually. Hold on. So, do you think that ever, like, how do you put it? If I'm eating, we're all eating,
Communism.
Yeah. I mean, that's the way to put it. Yeah.
Emotional communism.
Yeah,
I'm definitely the kind of guy that wants to drag my people, my circle up and down with me. Preferably not down. That's why I try and keep going even if I'm burnt out.
Sheesh.
Hey, just like Water Bottle Man playing Rainbow Six. If I gotta drag all you MFs up with me, I will.
Hey man, there's a reason why it's called a carry.
Man, my emotional back is hurting.
Hey man, yeah, like actually, do you think life is short?
Absolutely.
Do you feel like there's enough time for us to make mistakes? Like this is a very common topic. For some reason, everyone that's older, let's say in their 30s or their 40s, they're like, yeah, dude, when I was 30, that's the time for you to make mistakes. I'm like, well, man, if I just follow what you're saying, I'm never going to be any better than you when I'm your age,
Yeah.
I feel like all of those guys just say that just because they don't want to feel like they've done nothing wrong,
Yeah. I've definitely been put in a position, a unique position in my family at least, where I've been allowed since I was 16 and I was first kicked out to make all of my decisions for myself.
Yeah.
Even when, I was still in a parent's custody or care, I pretty much had free reign of what my life was at that point.
Yeah.
And something that my mother tells me a lot these days is, I wanted you to make your failures and successes on your own. I didn't want you to be dictated by your father or I. I wanted you to be influenced by us, whether for better or for worse.
Yeah.
Because there was a point where mentally and financially, when I was living with you into me living on my own, I was struggling mentally and financially. I was struggling a lot.
And physically, us big chumps,
I mean, yeah, man. When we stopped playing bowling, I lost all the strength and righty.
Hey, yeah, for real. I'm not even gonna lie with you.
Trust us, guys. We both noticed.
Jesus.
But yeah, my mom, my dad was on me a lot. He was calling me all the time. He was checking on me. He was, in my mix about it. Quite aggressively, just so he could try and get me to force change for the better.
Yeah.
And my mom behind the scenes told him, listen, we were both young. We both lived very destructive lives. We did our own thing. Our parents didn't agree with what we did. It would only be right as his parents to let our good and bad decisions influence him to make his own decisions. And I haven't made a perfect step every step of the way, but because of how short my life has been, but how much of it I feel like I've wasted, I keep running into tomorrow head first, trying to take the best path possible.
Yeah.
And sometimes the sparkly door isn't the door you need to take. Sometimes you got to go through the old rickety door.
Oh man, that's my favorite door,
The rink-a-dink.
Yeah, man. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I tell you what, brother.
But yeah, man.
Sometimes you get it done.
I absolutely feel like life is too short, and that's why I try and make people laugh instead of, make them upset. I try and have more laughs and smiles and more good things to talk about with people like you and my family and other friends, because What good is me being depressed in my office drawing depressing art, or uploading stream VODs of me being quiet for 5 hours gonna do? I'd much rather make someone laugh, and sometimes that one smile or that laugh changes an entire life.
Man, that was deep.
That's the philosophy take of the week.
Oh, that's a really good one, yeah.
More smiles. Life is short. Don't be angry. I guarantee you any petty quabbles that you have with anybody it's mundane and irrelevant. You're going to forget about it in a week.
That's if you're a guy. For some reason, I've learned that, when you switch sides, for some reason, I feel like I hear their side is a lot more difficult compared to our side, I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm just saying what I heard.
So you and I are very objective thinkers, no?
Objective, yes.
I think if you are able to distance yourself from emotion, I actually had this conversation with a friend recently at work. If you're able to distance yourself from any situation objectively, every problem is irrelevant. Your life is going to end tomorrow, maybe. Why are you going to waste the time being upset? If you have a problem, go fix it. If you can't fix it, get over it.
Getting over it with
Bennett Foddy.
What's that guy's name? There you go.
Yeah, life is too short, guys. Go, jump into a lake head first. Go have fun.
He's segueing into our summer videos.
Oh, man.
You see why I'm talking about all this hobby stuff and all this vacation talk?
You're
Summer's right around the corner.
You're trying to res me up for getting me out the house to do stupid crap all summer?
It's not stupid crap if you don't think about it that way.
I don't like bugs.
That's okay, buddy. If the bugs don't like you, now how do you think the bugs feel about you?
Well, the bugs do like me because they like sucking my blood.
Okay.
I don't like
all
the
right,
bugs.
buddy. Yeah, they're like, ooh, this big chump, he's full of nutrition.
Look at this juicy little dingleberry over here.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, no, I definitely think everyone should live their lives to the extremes, because go tell someone. If you don't have any loved ones, I'm sorry, first off. Tell your loved ones you love them. If you don't have any loved ones, go find someone to be your loved one and tell them you love them. If you have a friend that's significant,
find someone to be your loved one.
Yeah. Doesn't have to be romantic or sexual, by the way. It could just be like your best friend. Tell people you value them. That, like, you seriously don't know how much power that has to change someone's day or life. Appreciate people. The person bagging your groceries tomorrow, tell them thank you. It makes a difference, I promise. Make one person smile every day.
Just like how he appreciates everyone, we also appreciate you for getting to the end of today's episode. If you like this video, please give it a like, share it with your buddies, subscribe, follow us on...
Oh, you want me to... Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. I'll put all the stuff in the link below, or you'll see it on our website. I usually link the website just because we currently have all the social media there. If you're watching on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, be sure to give us 5 stars and let us know how you felt about the podcast. We're probably going to start doing polls and asking one insightful question every week. So thank you so much for watching.
And we will catch you in the next episode.
Later.
See ya.